This is Chris at Jazz Wealth. We are financial advisors trying to get your dough straight so you can be great. Today, we're going to talk about what is the right amount of insurance. So I've got a background in insurance, and sometimes, somebody would say, hey, I need 50,000, I need $1 million. And they would sometimes say, I don't know. I know I need it, but I don't know how much I should have. Great. And if somebody said they needed 50,000 or $1 million, I would always ask, like, how'd you come up with that number, right? What is the, what was kind of going on when you put that math together, right? Just to kind of get a sense of the need. So whenever you're talking insurance, in this case, life insurance, you want to make sure it's two things: meaningful and doable. So we didn't even get into, I need 50,000 or $1 million, right? We're going straight to meaningful and doable when we're thinking about life insurance. So doable is, it's got to fit into your budget, right? So that 50,000 of insurance or that $1 million of insurance, does that fit in your budget, right? Can you pay that bill every month or every year? And what happens is you can be oversold insurance. And if you're a business owner and you have a couple lean years, right? What do you do when you have lean years? Like, you start shedding expenses, right? Maybe lay some people off, maybe go down in equipment, right? Well, you don't want to shed the insurance, right? Because if the worst happens, well, that lean year got real bad, right? Because now you have an insurance product that you didn't have because it was no longer doable. Okay. So once you figure out what the budget is for doable, then you go into meaningful. All right. Meaningful is what you wanted to accomplish if the worst happens. So some people are like, $50,000, put me in the ground, we call it a day, right? Some other folks, they want to, maybe they're the only breadwinner. So, hey, I need 50,000 or 30,000 for final expenses. And I'm the only one that's working. My spouse isn't working and the kids are little. I need to pay off the house. Okay. I need to replace my income until they're out of high school. And so that'll be 8 years. Okay, so income times 8 years plus whatever the house is, and then final expenses. And, well, maybe I want to take care of my children's education, right? We don't know what the cost of education is going to be in 10 years. We don't know what the value is going to be, right? So we kind of just pick an arbitrary number. So we add all that up, this arbitrary education cost, final expenses, 8 years of income replacement, or 10 or 20 in the house. Okay, so that comes out to $750,000 or $1 million. Okay, now that is meaningful. Now we got to figure out if it's doable. All right, so you go to your insurance provider and say, hey, I want $1.2 million of insurance. I think I can pay this. Give me some quotes. All right, so they'll take your first month's premium, and you will be, quote unquote, conditionally insured if something crazy happens. And, one of three things kind of happens when you go through the underwriting, the application process. One is they say, man, you're healthy as a horse, just like you said. We're going to give you the $1.2 million for this amount of money that fits into your budget. Or they might come back and say, hey, you said you're healthy, but you're not. We want you to pay a little bit more or a lot. Well, now that might not be doable. So what you can do is you can kind of either make that work, right? Or you can say, let's drop that monthly cost down. And how much insurance does that buy? And they'll say, well, that'll give you $750,000. Great. Kids can't go to school on that. They're going to have to figure it out. But that'll be final expenses, might replace my income, might pay off the house. All right. Then that's kind of your number, right? It's still meaningful. It's definitely doable. Or insurance company says, we're not going to insure you at all. You need to go find a doctor. You got something. And we've had that happen, right? Where you have to call somebody and, hey, you're not insurable. I need to share some information with you. Do you know about this, right? And so it's kind of a different call. So, hey, when you're thinking of your number for insurance, It's got to be meaningful and it's got to be doable, right? If you got a policy in place, you don't know how it works, you want to know how it works, you want to bounce something off me, jump on my calendar. I'll help you all day. But hey, this is Chris at Jazz Wealth, helping you get your dough straight so you can be great.